Welcome back to Sailing El Jaleo. This week I'm going to discuss the 6 weeks that we spent anchored in New Smyrna Beach, Florida, some of the things that happened to us while we were here, some of the things we did, and all of that kind of stuff. So it's going to be just kind of a random collection of thoughts and things that we did. So there's no real structure to this one. It's going to be a little haphazard. So anyway, let's go ahead and get right into it. Grab a drink, climb aboard, and let's get going. Hey y'all, it's sometime in January, and today we just arrived in New Smyrna Beach, and I was down below deck and I heard some thumping that was AB normal, so I came up to check what that could possibly be, and there's some freaking logs jammed right up against our hull and our anchor line. So, well, that's interesting. After a little further investigation, I actually realized that there were two 18 to 20 foot pylons that were lashed together. They were tied together with a rope. And I must have gotten lucky they didn't strike me head on, and somehow they got snagged on the anchor chain. And this presented a problem because I didn't want to just cut them loose. It could have been a real problem for other boats in the anchorages. I mean, there were probably 40 boats within a mile of me anchored upstream the way the current was going. And regardless, I didn't want to let them go because when the current switched, they could come back through and hit me again. So I was kind of at a loss, and I have I don't know what you call it, like a gaffer's hook or something. It's just a kind of a hook on a long pole. And I tried to corral the ropes so that I could get a rope around them. And then I was going to actually walk them back to the back of my boat and let them trail the boat by about 10 feet behind me until either I could pull them to shore in the morning or the Coast Guard could come and get them, you know, whatever the case may be. Unfortunately, they were way too heavy. I was able to get them off the anchor chain, and I still had a hold of them, but I couldn't lift them out of the water, and I only had one hook, so I couldn't use the hook to get a rope around them to lasso them. So I tried to, I've got another like broom handle that I use for scrubbing the deck, and then I have a squeegee for cleaning the solar panels, and I tried to hook them with the stiff bristle brush so I could use the hook to get a rope around the end, and unfortunately the logs or the pylons broke free and I wasn't able to corral them. But I did get on the radio, and I did notify other people in the anchorage that there were two big pylons heading their way. I didn't get any response, but the Coast Guard did hear my call go out to the other boaters, and they reached out, and I inadvertently recorded that conversation. Attention, any boats anchored just south of the Harris-Saxon Bridge in New Smyrna Beach in the Indian River North, two 20-foot pylons just came through and struck my boat, and they are continuing north. So just be on the lookout. I know there's another 8 or 10 boats out here, so heads up. Well, I called on the radio, but I doubt anyone is paying attention, so yeah.
Vessel in the area of New Smyrna. This is Coast Guard Sector Jack. Heard your report of the two pylons striking your vessel. Over.
Yeah, this is sailing vessel El Jaleo. I put out that call.
Hi, Captain. I would like to just get some information from you about the two pylons there.
Yeah, what would you like to know?
Could I please get your GPS position?
29 degrees, 0 minutes, 50 seconds north. And I won't bore you with that entire conversation, but they did get all of the necessary information and they issued a warning to other mariners in the area. Hopefully it didn't damage any other vessels, and yeah, a little bit of excitement on our first night in New Smyrna Beach. Fortunately, while we were in New Smyrna Beach, we did get a couple of decent rain showers. And I might be alone in this, but I absolutely love the rain. I love the sound of water or raindrops bouncing off the deck. It's one of the most peaceful sounds in the world. I just love it. Well, this is our first time leaving Frank and Beans unattended. I am going to a produce store about a mile away, so I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little nervous, but I mean, there are other dinghies here, so hopefully she'll still be here when I get back. All right, take care, Frank and Beans. After leaving Frank and Beans at the free dinghy dock, I walked about a mile to a mile and a quarter to Perez's Produce, and this was my first time actually walking somewhere to reprovision. It was kind of exciting, you know. I actually felt like I was, I don't know, on an adventure, which is stupid to say, but hey, that's the way it felt. So it was kind of fun. I was nervous about leaving Frank and Beans, but there were other dinghies there, so I wasn't too worried about it. They always say don't have the nicest dinghy at the dinghy dock because that's the one that gets stolen, and unfortunately I had the nicest dinghy, so so I was a little bit worried. But the produce store was awesome, great prices on the produce. It had kind of like a Trader Joe's vibe to it, and the dry goods were a little more expensive, but I didn't need much of that, and I returned at least once a week to restock on fresh produce, which was awesome. Y'all, just heading back from the grocery store. It was only about a mile from the dinghy dock, and it was a really nice store. I wish I could have filmed inside a little bit, but yeah, I just don't like filming strangers, as I've said before, but whatever. Anyway, I got a pretty good haul. I got 5 pounds of apples, 2 heads of lettuce, 2 broccoli crowns, 2 tubs of cherry tomatoes, 2 pounds of baby carrots, and there was something else, but I'm not remembering right now. But all for less than 20 bucks. So it was a pretty good deal. And yes, right close. Free dock is just a mile away, so this actually is a pretty nice place to stay as far as access to stuff. So I might stay here for a little bit longer. I don't know, we'll see. The park where I left the dinghy, if they have water there, that would be awesome. That'd be a big deal. So I'm not in danger on drinking water yet. I've got a couple of weeks worth, so I'm not worried about that. But yeah, alrighty, I'm gonna, hopefully Frank and Beans is still at the dock, so I'm sure he will be, or they will be, but still, first time leaving them alone makes me kind of nervous. Alrighty, hope y'all are well. And thankfully, Frank and Beans is still here. Woohoo! We were only gone for maybe, I don't know, half an hour tops, 45 minutes at the most. So, yeah, good news. Hey y'all, today is a Saturday. I believe it's in February. Yeah, tomorrow's the Super Bowl, so I guess that's whatever day that is. We're the day before it. And we're still in New Smyrna Beach. We've been here for a couple of weeks now. This is a really great place to stay. Lots of easy access to services, so we've been enjoying our time here. You can see there are a lot of boats. There's probably 25-ish boats all the way up past the bridge up there, all along this side, and it's a very popular spot. Most of these boats, with the exception of the one directly in front of us, have been here the entire time that we've been here, so seems like a lot of people like to show up and squat. And actually Michael in the boat right over here, he showed up the same day that I did, so he's been here for that long as well. And we're preparing because tomorrow we're expecting 25 to 30 knot winds, and the winds are going to be coming directly out of the west, so we should get a little bit of break from the marina, and there are trees back there. Whoa, it was a bird, not a dolphin. And so we shouldn't get a lot of big waves, I wouldn't anticipate, but we are going to be pushed back towards the shore here, and it's plenty deep. I don't anticipate dragging at all. The winds shouldn't be that high, but I am concerned about this mooring ball right over here. We have not been pushed that direction yet, and we shouldn't swing into it, but it's something we'll have to keep an eye on. If we do end up dragging, that could become a problem. So we're just kind of making sure everything's secure up here. We'll do a once over really good before we go to bed. I think it's supposed to start early tomorrow morning, and there's going to be rain with it, so actually it'll be nice to get a little bit of rain. So yeah, I'm not looking forward to the wind, but I'm looking forward to the rain. So yep, and then we can watch the Super Bowl, and hey, go Chiefs. I guess we'll see how well that prediction comes out or that hope. But anyway, I hope you all are well, and I'll check I'll record some tomorrow too during the wind. We'll see how things go. And we got some sky banners here. Beach Bar and Grill. I can't read the name of it, but... And then there's Riptide. Oh, all you can eat something or other. Yeah, anyway. Alrighty. Catch you later. Oh, right in front of us. They were right in front of us. Fish, over here, buddy. Come over here. Yep. They're right over here, bud. They're just babies. They're just baby water puppies. Look at, they're just little water puppies. There's 4 of them. What do you think, bud? Are they cool? You want to go see those water puppies? They're very cool. Yeah. What do you think, Fish? Do you love those water puppies? Hey y'all, it's still Saturday, and the wind has just started to pick up. And I think it's around 5 o'clock right now. And the wind is coming out of the south. It's going to strengthen overnight and swing to the west. So we're just kind of, and actually it's going to rain and thunder. We should have rain and thunderstorms coming in pretty soon. So should be an interesting day, interesting night. Alrighty, bye-bye. Hey y'all, it's Super Bowl Sunday, and our mooring ball that we were concerned about, we're just passing by it, and it's about 10 feet behind us, so we're just barely missing it, and our chain should be fully extended by now. The wind has been on and off this morning. There are gusts up to 40 miles an hour, but it hasn't been too bad so far. They're saying it's going to pick up here starting around noon, so we'll see. Our chain is fully extended, so we should be okay as long as our anchor doesn't drag. What? What? What do you think? Okay, guys. But yeah, we shouldn't get much closer to this as long as we don't drag, so we'll have to keep an eye on her. Alrighty. Hope y'all are well. Go Chiefs! You think so? Okay. Staying in one place for so long was really great. It really gave us a chance to get to know the area, and beyond that, it gave us some time to do some leisure activities, and that included taking the puppy dogs for dinghy rides. Fortunately, the weather was good most of the time, so we got to go for dinghy rides at least 4 times a week, which the pups really enjoy. Because we stayed in one place for so long, I did have to go to town to get water a few times. In total, I refilled our water 3 times while I was in New Smyrna Beach, and I could have gotten by with 2, but I had planned on leaving, and then I decided to stay, so I filled up, and I didn't really need to. But, you know, it's interesting. I called different marinas in the area and just said, hey, can I come in with my dinghy and jerry cans and buy water from you? And there were different degrees of acceptance on that, and some places were downright hostile. I don't know why that is. I offered to pay for the water. Most places said we don't sell water. You know, I don't know why that's so insulting to ask, but the one place that I did find that was the most friendly by far was North Causeway Marina, and they're just north of the Saxon-Harris Bridge. And they were great. They let me fill up with water. They didn't charge me for it. Didn't even say I had to buy anything, but I went into their store and bought something anyways, just because I appreciated the service. So North Causeway Marina was great. And we were able to break out the grill a few times. On different occasions we did cook some hamburgers, some brats, and also a pork sausage. So the pups and I got a little bit of grilled meat treats. And that's all we have time for this week. I hope you enjoy getting a little glimpse into how we spent 6 weeks in New Smyrna Beach. It was very relaxing, and yeah, it's a good place to stay. I would like to give a massive shout out to our Patreon crew, and that is Joan and Judy Judnick, Val and Chris Alcorn, Denise and Eli Sackett, Joan and Jim Linbo, Sherry Erickson, Deb Shaw, and Matthew Spotten. Thank you guys so much. You make these videos possible. Without your guys' support, I wouldn't make these videos, so thank you so very much. If you are interested in joining our Patreon crew, there is a link in the description down below, and that'll take you to our Patreon page, where you can sign up, and I do photo updates, video updates at least 2 or 3 times a week while I'm traveling to let you guys know where I am, what's going on real time, and you'll also help support the channel, which would be awesome. And if you do like our videos, please like, comment, and subscribe. That helps us out as well. Alrighty, I hope y'all are well, and we'll see you next week.